Welcome to the sixth installment of my series of practicing strategy E modes. This is E Aeolian. Parent key is the key of G. So what I decided to do for today, those of you who know me over the years of teaching and performing and playing, I just want to go off script today and just still do the overall concept of E Aeolian G major, but not necessarily do everything in order, not necessarily do every single concept, and just kind of let things kind of happen more organically and see how this goes. So this might get a little bit a stream of consciousness. I might go off on a lot more tangents, but so this is without a safety net. I'm just gonna kind of make stuff up and just jog my memory for different concepts and everything, and I hope that whoever's watching this at some point will get some kind of value out of this. Okay, here we go. So here's a G major 7th chord, G, B, D, F sharp with a low E bass, essentially an E minor 9 chord. So that could be your 1-chorded minor. Right, so therefore, if G major 7th works here, then all the other G major 7th chords will work as an E minor 9 chord. So we have this one here, D, G, B, F sharp. That's a good one, okay. This one here, G, D, F sharp, B. This is a nice voicing right here. It's kind of hard to grab, so I'm going to go G, B, D, F sharp. That's a cool. So I think the thing that makes that voicing really interesting is right here. Now if I bar my finger across, I'll get a C bass. So that would be kind of like a kind of a C Lydian sound. So you could call that like a C major 9 sharp 11, or you can maybe call it G major 7th over C. That would sound really cool if you had, a bass player can kind of play through kind of some kind of, kind of nice melody around that E minor. So you have to use your imagination there. Okay, so next voicing here this is G major 7th over E, D, G, B, F sharp. So I'm a big fan of throwing in the open strings, playing songs in guitar-friendly keys. I think that when I first learned about this back in the day, I used to go up to the Petit Library, Fort Floris Petit. That was the music library, and I would do a lot of research there, going through old magazines. What was that called? Soundboard magazine. I think it was a classical magazine, and then old downbeats. So they would talk about. Okay, maybe I'll come back to that idea. Okay, so let me go. So you got major 7. And then I went to here. Major 7. Oh yeah, was talking about the why play in different keys. So I think that the thing that was eye-opening for me was Downbeat had a transcription of Wes Montgomery's Misty, and rather than doing it in E flat, Wes did it in G. And up to that point, I wasn't that really familiar with Wes's playing. I thought, oh, here's this guitar player, Wes Montgomery. He's playing Misty in the key of G. So as soon as I saw that, then I started taking a lot of standards like Blue Bossa. That first part in E minor, then the second part in F major. And then back to E minor. All right, so I started taking some of the standards that I was seeing in the real book and learning how to play them in different keys that were more user-friendly, like a Blue Train. So I just found that very, very useful, based on that information about Wes Montgomery. And I'm pretty sure if you watch some of the Ted Green videos, there's a lot of him just sitting around playing at somebody's wedding or party or whatever. I think he liked to play things like, for example, like Watch What Happens rather than. I'm pretty sure he played it in E major. So I've never really sat down and totally dissected Ted's playing because he's so complex. But there's another example of a guitar player playing in a guitar-friendly key. Okay, so got off a little bit of a tangent there, but okay, so here we're back to these G major 7th chords over E. And then you can start experimenting like I did before with that kind of bass part. You can kind of, here's an E bass, here's a G bass, but there's give you G major 7. E bass, you can put an A on the bass. How about, oh, you're killing me, Mick. Yeah, once again, I've cautioned everyone, just be careful with some of these stretches. So notice what I'm doing here. So I have my thumb really, really low on the neck here. So that's kind of the key. I could probably even stand to have the guitar neck up a little bit higher, but I don't want to lose the camera in frame. So I'm playing this chord. So like this, and then I'm putting this down first, then I'm reaching back to here. And notice what I'm doing here. I'm not trying to bar this finger. This finger only really needs to get one note here. Okay, so you can kind of see how that works. Okay, and then I'll just do one more. So this is where I ended off here. So this is G major 7. Yes, I'm also a really big fan of these using pentatonics. So for example, you have E minor pentatonic here. So obviously that's a good chord, a scale to use over the E minor chord or the E minor 9. And then there's also the flatted 5th there. So just a blues box, and then I've referred to these, the blues box extensions: DE, GAB, DE, GAB, DE, GAB. Right, so if you follow and look at enough guitar players and listen, that's a big part of what everybody does. Licks like that. Right, you hear that? Like that's like a lick that like Hendrix would do, something like that. Now the thing is, I don't know for absolute certainty that he didn't go. Yeah, he didn't play that note down there, so I couldn't be exactly certain of that. Okay, so I did that one there. I did these different bass notes. All right, so how about next? I'll just kind of pick a couple random patterns. When I was playing, talking about Ted Green and Wes Montgomery playing in different keys, I had another thought here, and it kind of slipped my mind as I'm trying to kind of really freeform and not really think through this very much. How about I'll play this pattern right here. So this is still thinking Aeolian, although I am kind of going referencing other modes here. Okay, so B C D, E F sharp G, A B C, D E, F sharp G A, B C D. So E minor 9. Right, in the beginning of the video, I started off with a little improv, and I was doing these one octave patterns, which I've kind of made references to that. So you have E, F sharp G, A B C, D E. And then for the D chord, so that's your 5 chord from the parent scale, D E, F sharp G A, B C D. Excuse me, I was coughing a little bit there. Okay, then C. So notice the finger I'm using there. So kind of unusual fingering, but then it gets me in line for the scale C, D, E, F sharp G, A, B, C. And then the same thing here. And then I also did this kind of B5. So if you're doing that kind of typical kind of rock, E minor, D, C, so the E minor, and then there's the D chord is the 5 of the parent scale of the G major, C is the 4 of the parent scale. So that's kind of one of the themes I've been doing here based on the Rick Beato, Frank Gambale interview, and then I'm landing on this chord here. So this is kind of like that Phrygian sound, and then what I was doing was kind of a favorite lick of mine, F sharp G, B C, F sharp G, B C, F sharp G, B C. They're hammer-ons. So maybe I'll talk a little bit about octaves, but this time what I'll do is instead of going up and down the string, I'll talk about octaves out of some of these pentatonic shapes. So you have E minor pentatonic, so E, D, B, A, G, E, D, B, A, G. So I haven't been doing that very much where I'm combining all the strings, but here I'll kind of do that. E minor pentatonic there, and I'm just kind of going up to the next sort of position out of E minor pentatonic. So you had E, D, B, A, G, E, D, B, and A, G, E, D. All right, so you can kind of, so you have the E down here, and then here you have the G, and that will kind of lead you into sort of this next, what I'm calling extension pattern, D, E, G, A, B, D, E, G, A, B. Okay, backwards. Okay, so then what I'll do next is I'll just play those in octaves. So D, E, G, A, B, D, E, G, A, B. So speaking of Wes, I think if you watch Wes videos, he's obviously just amazing, very musical. Just a little side note, when he plays his single line stuff, he basically never uses the fourth finger. It's incredible to watch. He's just so musical, and it just has such beautiful phrases. Never uses his pinky. But when he's playing octaves, I'm pretty sure he uses his fourth finger exclusively. I'm not going to try to do that because that's not how I play. I usually use fourth finger on these two strings and then third finger on these two strings. So let's go to, let's maybe just go to this open position here. So there's a chord that I like to use a lot. This is from Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. I think they call it this Speak to Me, Breathe. So it's an E minor chord, and then you throw in the F sharp. And I'm just going to do the open E natural minor key of G from this point. So E, F sharp, G. A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. I'm going to do the doubling here. G, A, B, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Backwards. So the other thing when I was thinking about getting this video together, I was also thinking how, along with this idea of the Gambale idea of C and D, 4 and 5, kind of defining the mode. I was also thinking, well, you can also sort of make a case for maybe the two minor chords, the A minor and the B minor, since they're so close. So here's your A minor, B minor, into the E minor, and here's your C chord and your D chord. So they kind of, and I thought this was kind of cool. So see, this is kind of like a Neil Young does this sound. So that's just kind of another way of thinking of it. A minor, B minor, and that kind of makes it sound more like kind of like a minor blues. Okay, so C. Okay, I think what I'm going to do next here, I'm just going to play a little minor blues here and just kind of see what happens. A minor, B minor. Okay, so let me think if there's anything else that I want to share with you today. D minor. Okay, so we're talking about this 4-chord and 5-chord here. So, one of the principles of these videos is these 4 and 5 chords. So, here's a lick that I've been doing in some of the videos. So I'm taking my D chord, so I'm hammering on, and then hitting that extra third on it, and then the same thing happens here. So you're hitting double notes. This is a Hendrix. Hendrix does this. You hear this in a lot of players. You hear this in like what's a Grand Funk Railroad. Closer to my home. I was just watching a video, came up randomly in a search, Grand Funk Railroad at Shea Stadium. I guess they sold the place out, and it was just so amazing. A big Grand Funk fan. I played a lot of their songs back in the day, but they were doing I'm Getting Closer to My Home, and the people were just going crazy, and they were just so powerful with three people. And the thing I find really amazing, you watch some of these classic rock, players, singers, Deep Purple. There's that one, I think they're on German TV. He's singing Child in Time, hitting these falsetto notes, double octave, and just singing totally in tune. Same thing with Farner. He was, screaming, rock screaming. Not pitchy, it's crazy to think how these people could, they would just get up there and they would just do it. They would just like sing in tune, no auto tune, not pitchy, but they could get it, get it done. So Grand Funk Railroad doing Getting Closer to My Home. So it's from back in the day. All right, I think what I'll do for today, if you've made it this far through the video, I guess I'll just end off. I'll give you, we'll do some trading. So I'll play like chords, and then I'll solo chords. We'll kind of go back and forth trading here. We'll see how this goes. 2, 3, 4. Solo. Take another one. Take a little chord solo here. Take another one. octave solo.